Good evening, City fans, and welcome to City Live, brought to you by McDonald's on what could be a history-making night for the club. A win over Adelaide this evening, and City finished top two for the first time in their history. Joined, as always, of course, by former City goalkeeper in Thomas Sorensen. And Thomas, the table, with the way the table is, Sydney was a big result, but arguably tonight's game is even more important.
Yeah, it's another cracker. We had a cracker last week, and everything is at stake, as you just outlined, even for Adelaide, who have to win this game to get into the finals. Everything is there for another really, really exciting night. You
mentioned too, it is a big night for Adelaide. They've got Western United. They've got a couple of games in hand right on their hammer, and the matches against City this season, Adelaide have caused us plenty of problems.
Yeah, no, they're playing really well at the moment. Vert has come in, taken over as manager. I spoke to Michael Jacobsen, a good friend of mine, over the week, and they've got things really going well in the camp. The way they're playing, they're getting results, and I think the spirit is just high from what I can hear from him, and that's always a warning sign. It's going to be a tough test tonight.
Yeah, if we have a look at the boys arriving at ANZ Stadium, of course, they were there 10 nights ago. It was a fantastic result, a 2-0 win over Sydney FC. So, of course, all the precautions being taken with COVID-19. Once again, as you can see, the players getting their temperature checks as they arrive into the stadium. 10 days off is a long time between matches. How difficult would that have been, given they've had such a long break? But on the flip side, I guess the way they played against Sydney would give them so much confidence.
I think they've been probably a little bit frustrated. You wait so long, you get out there, you get a great result, you just want to play the next game. But again, the schedule is what it is, and I think they've made the most of it from what you can gather. They've trained well, they've had really time to prepare for Adelaide. Adelaide have played a game in the meantime, so they should be fresh, ready to go, and well prepared, and that's all you can ask for. Yeah,
you see the players looking pretty relaxed here. Honours, what a massive night for the club, as we mentioned. Never finished top two. They win tonight, and that is all but assured. You can see Jamie McLaren there, who's still in that race of his own against Adam Lafondra for the Golden Boot. Lafondra has scored since City played against Sydney, so they're both on 19 goals apiece in that race for the Golden Boot. I guess when so much is at stake, I mean, would the players be fully aware of that history and what it means to win, or are they just simply looking at this as another game?
No, I think when you get to the ground and when you start preparation for the game, it's another game. But overall, you want to be part of history. You want to be in that team that made history. You want to, like I was part of the first team that won the cup final. These guys want to be a part of the first team that win the championship. And this is just another step for them. And, again, as I said, they're well prepared with the staff they got around the team. Everything has been looked at, from a health perspective and training perspective. So they're ready to go. Yeah,
as we always do here on City Live, we go inside the City camp. We'll speak with the boss, Eric Mombert, very shortly. But first of all, certainly Thomas Sorensen's favourite player at the moment, goalkeeper Tom Glover.
Tom, big game tonight against Adelaide, a chance to secure a second spot. I'm sure the boys are pumped for this one.
Yeah, I think there's enough motivation in itself, coming to this game, second spot, and also to secure Asian Champions League. And like the coach said before, we could get our record amount of points for the club. So yeah, there's a lot of motivation going into this game, but more importantly, trying to secure a second spot.
What's the mood in the camp? Obviously a big week against Sydney, and then to back it up and sort of go the highs and get back to the regular sort of everyday matches. So what's it like to get back to it?
No, it's great. We waited a long time. It was about 3 or 4 weeks, quarantine and training, not doing much, only playing in-house games. So, for the first competitive matchup against Sydney and to get a 2-0 win was massive and, big confidence booster for us. So, we'll lead that into tonight's game and, hopefully get the same result.
And Adelaide will be a test for us. Obviously, the cup final was a bit of a disappointment,
but
they're looking to make finals, and we're looking to secure second spot, so it'll be a good contest.
Yeah, definitely. They've got a lot to play for tonight, and just as much as we do. So we know they're going to come out firing, and we've got to be ready for that.
And then also as well for yourself, it's good to pick up a clean sheet against Sydney. Looking to back it up again.
Yeah, most definitely. It's always good to keep a clean sheet, but the most important thing is the 3 points. But yeah, look to get another one tonight.
Tommy, all the best.
Thank you very much.
Beautiful. Yeah, Tom Glover kept a clean sheet against Sydney. He'll be looking to do the same thing again. Let's quickly get back to ANZ Stadium, where we're joined by the Director of Football, Michael Petrillo. Michael, thanks for your time so close to kick-off on City Live. We've just seen some pictures of the players. They're looking pretty relaxed ahead of what's a massive night and potentially a history-making night for the club.
Yeah, no, the spirits have been good, to be honest, Julian. Players have had a great attitude since we've been away from Melbourne, given what we've been through, and they're really, I think, focused for tonight. They know that there's a bit of history to be made. So if we can perform to our best, I'm sure we'll pick up the 3 points.
Michael, Thomas Sorensen here. How are you doing? Take us into your role, because I presume this situation has been really difficult, changing restrictions, new rules from one day to the other, and just the procedures as well, and players to have to deal with. How has it been for you? I don't think you probably have a lot of had a lot of sleep during this time.
Yeah, look, it's been certainly unusual and unprecedented times, Thomas, for not only for the sport but for the whole world. So look, we've got a good team of people here at the club, and we keep on top of things. Andrew McKenzie, our head of human performance, has been brilliant, and the players have brought into everything that we've asked them to do to make sure that we have all the protocols in place. First of all, to keep everyone safe and healthy, and also to make sure that we're as fit as we possibly could be. So 4 or 5 years now I've been with the club. I think this is probably the fittest group of boys I've seen, and a lot of that credit has got to go to Andrew and his team of sports science and medical staff.
Is it getting easier, Michael? You've been away for so much longer. Are you getting used to what you have to do, or is it just as hard as it was as when you arrived?
No, it is easier, Julian. You sort of get into the swing of things, and there's certain things that we do on a daily basis, and the boys haven't needed really too much of a reminder. It's been drummed into them so often. So yeah, you do get used to it, and you get into a bit of a routine. So it is getting easier as we go along.
And we always like an addition to the City family. Of course, Scott Jamieson not playing tonight, but he's got a fair excuse for missing the game. Just deliver the good news for us.
Yeah, he's got another little Scotty running around the place. So young Cooper Alexander, born I think 1 o'clock this morning, to Vicky and to Scott. So hopefully we've got another young lad coming through our academy one day. He's wrapped. I spoke to Scott this afternoon, and as you can imagine, first child, he was on cloud 9, and still looking forward, hopefully, to rejoining us if everything goes well.
Well, Michael, thanks for your time so much for kickoff. We'll rejoin you at halftime, and let's hope we've got a couple of City goals to discuss as well.
Yeah, I hope so. Thanks, fellas. Appreciate it.
Yeah, Thomas, it's a good, juicy little rivalry, this one between City and Adelaide. They've played some big matches, and certainly looking at some of the reactions of the fans heading into this game, that FFA Cup game or final late last year is certainly fresh in the memories.
Yeah, no, that was a horrible night. And again, I think, what a night tonight to get revenge, potentially push them out of the finals and getting us straight in there. And, we played some good games against them. Here we see, early in the season where we won 2-1. And, over the years, it's been a great rivalry. Jamie McLaren this season has had a good time, and hopefully tonight here we see a great back heel, and it's just another opportunity to get one back over them, and again, what a sweet revenge it would be. Obviously, victory is the big rivalry for City, but would you say this one's probably the next biggest? Yeah, but also because of so many players that's played for both clubs. You look at Jakobsen who left, Mork, and players from the past as well. So there's always been that history between the two, and yeah, it's still one of the closest teams in distance as well. It's not quite a local derby, but as close as it gets. Yeah, so they've played 3 times this season. Adelaide have won 2 matches. City have won. Now, a huge chance for all the fans out there tonight to get involved and give themselves a great chance to win some fantastic prizes. So all you have to do is vote for our EA Man of the Match and win. Now, comment on who you think will be our EA Man of the Match on our live feed to be in a chance to win some fantastic prizes thanks to Macca's, Puma and EA. Thanks for all of those giveaways. Now, those giveaways include a $300 Puma voucher, there's some Macca's vouchers as well, and some EA games. So please get involved, all the fans on the socials. Stick with us here on City Live. After the break, we'll speak to the boss, Eric Mombert.
I can have a strong skin like strong skim latte, please.
Sorry, could you repeat that, please? Sir, did you say strong skim latte?
Yeah, medium, please.
When only drive-through will do. We'll be here.
Noon against Rattray, and Noon in behind, empty nets, and Melbourne City lead.
Otherwise.
Well, welcome back to City Live. Let's hope we see another goal like that from Craig Noon this evening. Now, of course, City Live is presented by Macca's, and we've got a special delivery offer with thanks to our presenting partner, McDonald's. You can enjoy a free Big Mac with any order of $25 or more via Uber Eats, DoorDash and Menu Log. Now, as we teased before the break, we're going back to ANZ Stadium where the boss is with us, Eric Mombert. Eric, once again, thanks for your time so close to kick-off. Looking at the pictures of the boys, they look pretty relaxed. What's the feeling been in the camp since that fantastic victory against Sydney 10 days ago?
Yes, they look relaxed, but they are concentrated also because we will prepare for a tough game because we know Adelaide is a strong team, and we have to prepare well if we want to win this game.
Yeah, Eric, now you say prepare well. What has come out of the analysis that you made of last week, and where do you see that you can use this against, as you said, an Adelaide team that are playing really well at the moment? Where do you see the opportunities?
But first, we can compare the style of play of Sydney with Adelaide. So today it's another game. We have to prepare more for a transition game. So we have practiced a lot on this, and I hope we will be ready to face this kind of play.
What have you made of Adelaide since the restart, Eric? Under Carl Viet, they're playing some really good football.
Yes, they play. They play really well, but. It's every game. It's another game. Today, yes, we have to face really good games, but specific. They are very good in transition, so we have to be aware of this.
How much confidence did you take out of that performance against Sydney? Obviously, that they'd had some really good results against City before that, but not only the result last time out, but also the manner of that performance. What does that give you in terms of belief ahead of tonight?
It was very important to restart well after this very long period. We didn't know our assessment, so it was really difficult to analyze what we can do. So yes. We have practiced well, but we didn't have a friendly game. We just have a practice game. So that's why I was very happy with the performance of our team. So it was very important to restart. So now with 43 points, we are in a good position.
Well, Eric, once again, thanks for your time so close to kick-off, and let's hope we get another fantastic performance this evening.
Thank you.
Well, Thomas has made the move over to the Plasma. We sat here 10 days ago and watched a fantastic performance by City. What in particular did you like about that performance?
Yeah, we talked about it in the pre-match show that it was important to come out of this break with a lot of aggression, to be on top of Sydney, and that's exactly what we did from the start. Because it was really bright. Let's roll the tape. You know, we'll see some really good crisp passing, good change of side, some forward runs, Luna going forward, and just a good circulation of the ball. And here it comes to Delbridge. It's not the greatest cross in the world, but we stay up, we surround the box, and Noon outmuscles Rattray, which he probably did plenty of times during the game, as we'll see. But just getting people up around the box. And here, we swarm the ball. Rattray gets robbed again. Quick forward pass, and Lockie Wales makes a great run. He opens the pitch up. Again, plenty of runs in the box, as we will see. And Berenguer arrives late. And Redmayne, I don't know if he meant it or not, but it ended up being a good save. And here again, Rattray, Luna making a very, very good spot. Hits the diag, creates a one-on-one situation here. Great diag here. Rattray makes a mistake, tries to control it, but again, Noon still has a bit to do. He rounds Redmayne and it's 1-0. And here we'll see another chance. I think it's the goal. Noon again over Rattray, the ball in behind. McGowan makes a misjudgment. McLaren still has a fair bit to do. He still has to hold off McGowan running back and keep the composure. And what a bit of composure it was. That shows why he's, top of the goal scoring rankings, because, just to keep that small and then look at the goalkeeper, chip it all, stop it here. Because even though there was a lot of good things going on, we still had a couple of things that we can clear up, especially we have a tendency, and also it's been previous early in the season, of watching the ball. Here we'll see they've set up in a zone defence. Everyone is watching the ball, but what happens there with McGowan? We're not aware. It's at 0-0 after 20 minutes, and really we could have been 1-0 behind. All the great work undone. And we'll see again, they outplay our press. It's okay because we got still plenty of people behind the ball. We're running back. If we can stop the ball in a second, if we stop it here. We got people around the ball, all good. Jamieson switches off for a split second, forgets about Barbarouses, who's at the back stick, and really it should have been 1-1. And these moments could have changed the game. If we just roll it on, we see, we're getting away with murder here. Ended up being a great bit of defending at the end. But really, these are the small things, and especially when we get to finals, these are crucial. We need to clear that up, especially stop watching the ball, make sure we got our man covered.
Yeah, especially against a fantastic team like Adelaide. So stick with us here on City Live. After the break, we'll go through the lineups and the changes in the lineups for both teams tonight. But before we go to the break, of course, it's a strange time for sporting teams all around Australia right now. Many of them based away from home for a significant period of time. And Melbourne City is certainly no different. Let's take an inside look at their New South Wales hub.
So here's kind of just our kind of area. Here we have the team room. This is where we have breakfast, lunch and dinner. The specialty of the Hunter Valley is the seafood chowder for lunch. This is where Wilesy does a bit of his finest work. The kit room, kind of the kit room where we pick our training kit up every morning. Also the boots. Our meeting room, bit of the golf for the staff. Massive shout out to Bolt Nutrients for sponsoring us at Melbourne City to make us have the best recovery we can possible. Daily vitamins.
This is the Nathaniel Atkinson bowl. He loves his sauce, that kid. Yep. Loves his sauce.
We've got our treatment room. Treatment and gym.
We're off his bike.
So the young boys not doing much. Usually the young boys put in extra, but they're not doing much.
Nice goal. Mastermind, this bloke.
The mathematician.
Up and ready.
Yep. This is the room where not much gets done. The media room.
The content creator.
Yeah. So here you got Pav's office. Well, I'll give an example what a pro's match usually looks like.
Oh, they don't really say much, do they?
Yeah, it's a beautiful hotel, Crown, shout out Crown. Here we got our pool.
This is where we do our recovery.
Yeah, like I said, it's good for the legs. So,
as you can see, that giraffe was made in 1997.
As you can see, the giraffe looks like Joe Gorsey.
Currently walking into Brisbane Royal Territory.
Yeah, Brisbane Royal Territory. To all the fans worldwide, if you're not from Australia, this is the kangaroo.
Oh,
it's all good, man. Skippy. Hey, mate.
See, we're here at the Hunter Valley 18th hole. There's a bit going on.
Here we got the leaderboard. Nate's Uncle Harry. Yeah, he was up here the other day, old H. He's a good bloke. Thanks for that, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Due to the bad views of Rami Ross, and they left us in charge. And yeah, we'll be back for more content soon.
Legends.
Whatever plans you had for your future, they're still waiting for you. Because if you're with Host Plus, you're with one of Australia's top performing super funds over the long term. With over 30 years of growth and experience and some of the lowest admin fees. So keep making plans. Your future's in good hands with Host Plus. Host Plus. We go with you.
Recycled by Kisnorbo, back in by Duganzic, and there's Partaloo to win the derby for City! Eric Partaloo as we move into stoppage time!
Yeah, welcome back to City Live, brought to you by McDonald's. A very famous City moment there. A late winner from Eric Partaloo, the big Viking, and Thomas, I imagine, as a goalkeeper. They're the sort of the big defenders, big midfielders you fear in the box.
Yeah, and we got a few of them as well in the team tonight. So, let's hope they pop up and score one tonight, and let's hope we get some great scenes for the fans later in the season.
So not too far away from kick-off. Let's have a look at the lineups for both teams tonight, starting off with the City lineup. But, of course, there had to be at least one change with Scott Jamieson back in Melbourne for the birth of his first child. Yeah, and the natural is Atkinson, and he's come in. And, again, no need to change. Everyone did a fantastic job last week. A winning formula, don't change it, and I'm glad they haven't. And obviously Roston Griffiths back in the squad and on the bench is a pretty significant player to have at your disposal. Yeah, no, it just extends the squad. Now you've got a bit of experience on the bench, and that can only help. He can slot in at the back, he can slot it in midfield, and he's versatile, which is great. And we have a look at the Adelaide lineup. As you'd expect, 2 wins and 2 draws since resumption, and no surprises, they've got a very settled team at the moment. Yeah, ever since they come back under the new manager, given a few young players in midfield a chance, and they've done really well. There was a talk about Al Hassan coming in, but he hasn't changed the team that drew 1-1 with Sydney. So it's a tough test. It's a lot of good players. We know a few of them, McGree, Mork, who'll run late into the box, and that'll be a test for us. Let's have a look at our key battle for SAP. And one man that's been in really good form against City at times has been Stefan Mork. It's a big battle with Josh Brillante. Yeah, no, Brillante would have to cover both Mork and McGree running forward. And, this is a key battle because that's where the threat is. Mork hasn't scored many goals. But as you said, he's got a great history against City and great vision. Clever player, so we need a clever player like Brillante to watch over him, and this will be key to watch. What makes Mork a dangerous player? It's just, he's a transition player like the manager says. He picks the ball up, he runs in late in the box, and it just has an eye for goal as well. Here we'll see, he hasn't maybe scored, but again, very dangerous with him and McGree because they're very similar, Josh Brillante, a little bit of a different player, more a holding midfielder, not so much a guy we'll see running in the box. But he'll be having this battle with Mork and having to contain that. And, I think Brillante has shown great form and played well last week. I think he's up to the challenge. I remember watching the game 10 days ago, you were very impressed with the Melbourne City midfield and how much they dominated that game against, obviously, the ladder leaders and such a good team in Sydney. Yeah, no, it was so important, and it will be tonight as well, because you can get at Mork and you can get at McGree. They don't want to chase back that much, and if you can get into them physically, we'll be well set. We can push them back and destroy that transition play. If we can, ring the box like we saw in some of the highlights, win the second balls. That'll mean we can control the game, and if we can, we've got a good chance to win. Yeah, it should be a fantastic game. 2nd versus 5th, kick-off not too far away. Stick with us on City Live.
One of Australia's biggest employment services, MatchWorks, knows a thing or two about bringing diverse job seekers and employers together. Our work helps build business, careers, families and inclusive communities, all of which builds purpose and pride in people's abilities. Whether you need a foot in the door or someone special for your team, full-time or just a few hours a week, MatchWorks is here to help. So what are you waiting for? Call today and change your tomorrow.
Oh, mistake from McGowan. McLaren, can he capitalise? Oh, brilliance! Outside of the boots to take the lead in the Golden Boot race.
Welcome back to City Live, brought to you by McDonald's, and that was goal number 19 for Jamie McLaren. Let's hope he can make it goal number 20 tonight. It's a huge night, not only for the players, but also the Melbourne City fans. We've got a huge fan wall, fans from all around the country getting involved, as you can see there, as we take you through some of the fans as they give us a wave. You've got Ray Clifton Dobing, Tiffany Hingston, 12-year-old. mum and brother are Victory fans, actually, so we'll keep that quiet. Russell Cambridge, who we'll chat to very shortly. You've got Jake, Marcus, Nicholas, Louisa, Pablo, all from our Melbourne City school. So great to see all the fans around the country. And look, some looking pretty relaxed, some looking a bit nervous. And let's speak to one of those now, Russell Cambridge. And I must admit, Russell, watching you during the ad break, you look more nervous than the players.
Uh-oh. There we go. I'm back. How are you?
Good. You look a bit nervous. How are you feeling ahead of tonight?
No, we're not feeling nervous. We're feeling very good about this. All we need is to get one goal more than the other team, and second place is ours, and hopefully a berth in Asia next year, if we're allowed to go.
And Russell, I hear you from time to time at the stadium shouting really loud. Will you be as loud in the living room tonight as you are for game day?
Well, mate, with this shutdown, we've got some homeschooling, so my kids will vouch for you. Yes, I will be loud in the lounge room because we've been loud already today trying to get the kids studying and finished in time for Watch the Match. So definitely you'll hear me from where you are, Thomas.
Yeah, I think Thomas is having those issues with the homeschooling at the moment. It's not easy for anyone. How confident are you tonight? Obviously, we were talking about it before, it's a great rivalry with Adelaide and they're playing some good football at the moment. How confident are you that City will get the job done?
Look, to be fair, I was really confident when we met them in Adelaide for the FFA Cup way back months ago. But after seeing the performance against Sydney the other evening, that was just one of the best performances I've seen for a long, long time. Totally dominated Sydney. We should have won by 4 or 5 goals, I reckon. But if we play like that, Adelaide are in big trouble.
And you've got the beautiful glistening City shirt on. Whose name and number have we got on the back?
Unfortunately, on this one, it's blank. I've got the blue one out the back and it's got my name on it, but they didn't pick me, so I'm sitting at home watching.
If you could choose one player, who would you put on the back?
I would have to have McLaren.
Fair enough too, fair enough. Well, Russell, thanks for your time. Enjoy the game and let's hope we get the right result.
Thank you very much. Good luck.
As we see the fan wall, all those fantastic fans very nervous around the country tonight. There they all are. Unfortunately, a couple of Victory fans in there. That's not ideal, but let's hope there's plenty of smiles on the faces throughout the night. So great to see our City fans around the country enjoying the coverage. Now, Thomas, we need your prediction. You said 2-1 against Sydney. It was 2-0, so pretty close. What are you expecting tonight?
No, I expect a tougher game. Again, Adelaide has everything on the line as well to get into finals. So it's not going to be easy. They've got a lot of things going for them in good form, haven't lost since they've come back. But again, we played really great last week. And, I'll take a point, but I think we got a 2-1 again win in us. So 2-1.
Yeah, and just a reminder for all the fans, get your messages in and also vote for your EA Player of the Match. So we see some of the messages coming up now. Good luck, lads. Another stepping stone towards the finals. Keep pushing. All of us back home are proud. And that is from Jesse. And there's a bit of rivalry with Adelaide as well. We'll see some of those shortly. But what else can we ask except for the unquestioning, unwavering, total loyalty to Eric and the cause? Secure second, #City Together. And just another step towards glory, boys. Let's take that step forward and brush those P155 ants aside. I think he's referring to Adelaide there. Come on, you boys. That's from Libba. And we can do it, boys. A performance like last week should seal second spot for sure. Let's do it. That's from Dutchy Van Dyke. Another one here. Come on, City. We need some FFA Cup revenge. That's been a bit of a common theme. Roston to do the job on Riley. And you can do this, Eric. I miss watching the game, cheering our favourite team on, soaking up the great atmosphere, and most of all, seeing the joy/happiness in our boys. So some fantastic messages there for the fans. Not too far away from kick-off. Thomas predicting another win for City. As we said, a win tonight. City finished top 2 for the first time. So enjoy the first half. We'll be back for City Live at half-time and hopefully, as we say, discussing a very good first half from Melbourne City.